also feel like, well, if I died today, I will be happy because I've been been through a lot of things, ups and downs. I've seen a lot of things in my life, and I'm very proud that I come from a very small jungle, small village, and I've been traveled so many countries compared to others. So I just feel like, okay, it's fine. If I'm died, you can't control your destiny. Only God knows what will happen to you. That's why I always say to myself, I always appreciate what happened to me on the day itself, because I never know what's gonna happen tomorrow. So I always appreciate the people, the things that I have in my life. My name is Saloma Anagagu. I am a Bidayuh from Len Dayak tribe. Who am I? This is a very big question. I'm the owner and the founder of Saloma Village Stay at Kampong Sadir. Also, my nickname, my famous nickname is Jungle Princess or Jungle Celebrity. Some of my friends call me Mother Nature. So when they mention this name, they know, oh, that is Saloma. Yeah, that is all about me. I have 10 siblings, actually 11, but my second sister died when she was little. And I'm number 7 actually. So you can imagine, like, we're a very big family. And we have 3 boys and then 7 girls. When I went to the school, it was very difficult because my dad is from Indonesia. So basically, a lot of kids at the school, they said, you know, nak Indoan. Nak Indoan means like you are Indonesian, so you are Temi. Temi is like stranger or pendatang, you know. So you always feel sad, and I always got bullied at school because of my appearance. You know, I don't have nice clothes to wear, and yeah, it's very sad when you are coming from a very struggle family. The idea of Saloma Village Stay came from me inviting my friend for Gawe Festival. We call it, or you call it, Harvest Festival. So when they came, they were like very surprised, the vibes that the people have here, the connection between the local people and the visitors, and they suggest to me like, why don't you run a guest house? And I was like, oh, that sounds very good. Since we love nature very much, and I'm very outdoor person and I love meeting people, I said, okay, that is a good idea. Maybe I will get more details and take note about that. We are your second family. So I think the concept should be like village stay, because at the same time, whenever we have festival or any celebration, we can invite our client or our guests, and then they can join us. We introduce them to the villagers as well. So in this way, it's really meet the purpose of village stay, because village stay means that they are not only living with us, but they're also living with the whole community. So that's why I name it Saloma Village Stay instead of Saloma Homestay. I like to meet new people. So I think, I believe this is the best way. Whenever I stay at the guest house or at the dorm, whenever I'm overseas, I will always, you know, like interact with the owner or with the visitors that come there. And then I feel like, oh, this is a great idea. Maybe I should, you know, run my own.
Saloma is a very friendly and welcoming person. You feel like you're at home when you're with her. She knows the jungle so well and all the information about the culture and the surrounds. She's an avid walker, so going on hikes with her is amazing, and she finds really interesting things for you to learn about. And I love having her company, and she really makes you feel at home.
Aku senang asyik kukri rumah nak kayati mak gaet asyik kukri pak kena I tanggap de andingnya aku daat ngajar hidup I nak kayati de umuk hidup ika mak tanggap aku ngajar ye de betul I anak kerja I maju mak penuh mesti mana kemati kemana nagan kerja I kurek beda ye hati anak nan ngindah I anak nah daat dengan
Apa?
Aku nak senang gaet ku di rumah anda kerja di dep marit miati pemaju rawak mi kembe dapat bahaya dapat kesenang di dep rawak cok peruk baramadi cedek kakak aku harap ayo beramaju dah.
Darap ibu.
Biar ia nak tanggap kena dah ni deh kalau dengan kayak ba dengan bedak ia dah kerja betul maju di area tawak ni. Lebih aku harap ia sepno acuk sepno tin ku sebab ia ti ninai dayu pak arbi so nyambadari pegat penuh mati ke mana karik arat na pengudip ngai jaga di area mi di baramadi cedek kakak kayu penuh ana ngai karik pesenang ngai tabat na ka area ngapa pemaju area ndar min na hati ana ngai karik mun arat ni kudip dip di rawak di area.
Actually, in the Bidayuh culture, the parents always protect the daughter. Actually, they always like, but you are a girl, you know. It's not safe for you to be alone out there. You know, you need a man with you, or you need people with you. So we don't know if you will be fine, if you will be alive when you come back. So all this kind of question coming out from their head. So when I said to my parents that I wanted to travel the world, they said, well, we trust you. We believe in you, and we know that you know how to look after yourself. And of course, I will give them news through my sister or my best friend or my cousin, tell them that we are fine, I'm fine, or I'm still alive. And sometimes I send some picture because they are worried about me, and I do know they are very, very worried. And plus, they can't reach me because there is no internet in the jungle. There's no connection. So of course, it's a big thing for them. You know, I remember when I was in Thailand, they were during that time there was a riot. So they are very, very worried because they see the news on TV, even though they don't understand. But they see the picture of bloods and gun, and they start to worry. And they ask my sister, "Can you call your sister? We need to know whether she's safe or not." So this is kind of thing that I know deep inside their heart, they are very, very proud of me that I can look after myself. And what makes me very confident as well, because they really trust me, they really believe in me, and they said to me like, "You can do it, you know, like we trust you." I think that is the most important thing that a parent should give to their children, a trust. You know, you have to believe in your kids, because once they have your belief, once they have your trust, then it's up to them, you know, to appreciate it, to use it, and then to grow with it. And I think I get it from my parents, because they really trust in me. Okay, I've been traveled to I think more than 20 countries. The most unforgettable incident was when we have a car accident in Mongolia. So we were driving in the desert area, and it's very steep, and there is nobody. We've been driving like about things more than 12 hours, and we don't feel that our body is so tired already. And unfortunately, it was me who was driving, so I was behind the steering. It's kind of like also difficult as well for me to really understand why I'm still alive on that day. Maybe God has another plan for me, but I said it's a big miracle. The most challenging part, and it's very tough as well for me, because I'm bringing a new idea, new culture to our community here. So in our community here, we are still, I don't say it's naive, but I would say people are not open-minded yet, just yet. You know, like when I first bring my friends, they kind like shocked, like, what is this lady, you know, doing here with all these white people, with all these Western people, you know? And they start to filter all these questions in their head with all the negative thought, basically. So they think that I sleep around with them, they think that I do a bad thing, and they even say that I open a bad, how you call it, not a bad house, but it's kind of like prostitution house, you know, something like that. So it's really painful when you heard that, and especially all this comment is always goes to my parents, because they said, look at this Saloma's parent. It seemed like they never taught Saloma about all these things. They really encouraged Saloma to do all this bad thing, you know. So I was very, very sad, because they really they really pressure me, until at some point I did close for a month, because I need to refresh myself. I need to look after my parents' feeling, because I think they are very, very sad, and I can really see it. And I went to town and sat down with my close friend and asking them what should I do. And then after that I came back, and they said to me, maybe we have to sit and discuss. I said, yeah, of course. That's why I'm actually coming back to discuss with you, like what's next. You know, I mean, you already see what people think, what people said about me. And actually, it's very easy to spot, because whenever I walk past by the longhouse, what you can see from far distance, they start talking, and you know, their eyes just look at you. And I knew it that they are talking about me. But for my part, I don't really take it personally, because like I said again, when I travel, I know that I have a lot of experience, and I know they never traveled before, so they don't know how it's life. Even I trying my best to explain to them, they don't get it. They still say, yeah, you know, you open like bad place or whatsoever. And there is like also a friend of mine also taking their, actually it's their friends, and I brought them up, and when I arrived, they blocked our entrance. And it was really, yeah, heartbreaking, you know, like when you see this, you feel like, okay, what's next, you know, what's next? So when they did that, I was here actually, I was looking at them, and I looked at them, I said, okay, now I need to find another alternative, how my client can come up here. That's why we have the second entrance. And then after that, my parents said, you know what, Saloma, we know where they sleep. We trust you, we believe in you. Once they said this, you have to prove to them that you are making a good thing here. You are doing something that will benefit everybody one day. Maybe not now, not in few years' time, but in a long run, you will. And you have to trust yourself, and we believe in you, you know. So if you want to do it, you have our green light. We support you no matter what happens. Welcome to my homestay. Okay, this way. So basically, before we enter, make sure you take off your shoe, and the shoe rack is on the other side. And then I will bring you to your room. Come this way. So this is the entrance to the homestay. So basically, we have like few painting here that we put for our guests to see. And we also featured in Kuching In and Out. I was the front cover for Beauty and the Feast. This one was 2013. In my homestay, we give the Bidayuh concept, like the traditional way how the Bidayuh people used to live in olden days. So basically, the room setting is like this. So we give bed on the floor, and we give you mosquito basically, because I know a lot of people would think like, oh, you come to the jungle and then got any mosquito or not. So I know, trust me, there is no mosquito at night, okay? So basically, this is just the experience that you can get when you come here. And we also have fan for you so that you don't feel hot at night, but actually at night it's quite cooling. And this room can fit for 2 person or 1 person. And we also have another room like this. So usually we give this room for our guests that has, for example, like back problem. Because some of our clients, they don't want to sleep on the floor, or the elderly, they find it difficulty to get up in the morning. So we give this room to them. And this one is for the kids. So some people, they come with the family. And basically, of course, the parents want to have a quiet moment, so they said, okay, kids really love this room because it's double-decker. And when we have like mixed group, the kids will play here and they make a new friend. And here is the switch for the fan as well, if you feel hot. And of course, during this time, it's a bit hot, but at night, trust me, it will be chilling, and you don't have to worry that you will be sweating when you sleep here. And then now we go to this part of the house. So we have like 6 rooms actually, 6 rooms for the guests, and then 5 is queen room, and then 1 is double-decker. So basically, if you see the concept here, in olden days, the Bidayuh also very famous with the bamboo. So basically, that's why we designed the wall for the homestay made from the bamboo, because we wanted to give education as well to the guests, so that they feel like, oh, okay, this is really like back to nature and back to basic. Because bamboo for our Bidayuh culture, not only for building, but it also for eating. So we also use bamboo to cook, and we also harvest them like the bamboo shoot, and we can have them for a meal. So during this trip, you're gonna try a bit of bamboo food as well, and we're gonna cook it for you, fresh, homemade. Okay, now we're coming to a very special section, this part, because why I said it's special, because this is my first design 2012 when I first started the homestay. So when I built this place, I wanted all the material that we use, it had to be raw and original, so that people can feel like, oh, okay, we appreciate what the nature gives to us. So basically, this part here, we call it sabarun. And sabarun is part of vegetable in our culture. So basically, we also harvest the shoot, and it tastes a little bit bitter. Hopefully, you guys will try during this trip when you are here. And then this part, this vine here, they always think this is a snake. So basically, I always said, oh yeah, there is a snake in the house, but actually, it is not a snake. So this one is bekah gradi, we call it. So this bekah gradi, usually they grow like vine, like, yeah, they really look like snake. So basically, when I harvest them with the local people, when they cut and clear the rice field, I saw they just left it there, and I said, is it okay for me to bring it home? So they said, yeah, it's fine. So I like, okay, maybe I just put there as a deco, it look cool. And now it still stay here, and then me and my dad finished this part until 2 o'clock in the morning. So there is a lot of work that we put in here, and I can see like how passionate my dad's helping me out, like helping me to, you know, to cut all this part to make it nice, even though it's not so even. But then, yeah, that is the teamwork there. And now we go to this part here. This one here, like I mentioned to you earlier, Oli, we try to preserve, and we also try to introduce what kind of material that usually we use in our construction in olden days. So basically, this one we call it saruma. So saruma is type of wood that is very hard. And then in order to appreciate what the local artists do around here, because we have a lot of people that have a lot of talents. So basically I try to gather them their work here. Like for this one, for example, this one we call it ju. So in our culture we use it to trap fish. So I get the guy from another kampong to make it for me from Kampong Sibuang, and he make it really nice. Now I use it for the lampshade so that my guests and my friend also can come and see what we try to preserve here. And then the upper part here, if you notice the ceiling, so I know you might be wondering, why is this thing here? So this one is made from the rattan, okay? And rattan is also a very important material in our culture. So we use it to make like floor mats. We also use it for making basket as well at the same time. And I put this one here so that in every section, we can really show the identity of our Bidayuh people and the culture of the Bidayuh people. And maybe you're not aware that the Bidayuh, they are very famous in surviving usually in the forest, because they call themselves Land Dayak. So basically, yeah, that is one of the reasons why we have to gather a lot of raw material from the forest so that we can use it in our daily life. And then come this section. So this is very interesting part, because when I started the place, I wanted to have a class, an English class for the kids actually. So basically, I asked my friend to give me all the second-hand books. As you can see here, there's like all the English book, because I wanted the local kids here come here and study English, so I can give like very basic English, even though my English is not that great, but you know, we can help out in order to make them like and enjoy English language. And also we have guests that come with the kids, so basically when the kids come, they will play around here and they have books to enjoy, so that the parents can have their quality time alone. They can read their book on that section, because it's very nice here that they feel like they are really deep in the forest. So that is why we set up this corner, this area here. And now the kids that came here, also the guests, they will do exchange book. You know, so they will like bring the books from Europe, and then they will come and then give me different language. Like this one, I think this one is French. Yeah. But of course, I'm not gonna read it because I don't know how to speak French. But when we have guests from France, they will come here and then they will read this book. So that's why this room is it exists here, because I hope that is one way for me to give back as well to our community. I want the kids to start to learn English, and they must have the confidence, because as we know, English is also a very important language in the world now, so everybody needs to know at least a little bit of English and how to say like few words. And then this corner here, mostly like relaxing area, so our guests can sit down here and then they have a coffee in the morning, and then they can read from there and then sit down here in the morning especially. So later on during your free time, you can have a look at this book. So basically this book is a gift from our clients from France. So they sent it all the way. So they did feature a lot of picture in the village. Usually after your last day, later on, you can took a lot of nice picture. Even on the first day, usually we will take you to the kampong, and yeah, this is all the picture that they shoot during the trip in Sarawak. So you can see that is the kid from the village, and they also grown coffee, and that is one of our guide. Yeah, that is the waterfall, so the rice field. Yeah, that is the longhouse. Yeah, so this is really a nice gift from them, and I really appreciate it. And you can have a look later, and it's called Sarawak. Okay, in this part I mix it with modern and traditional. So basically, as you can see, the sofa here is very comfortable for you to relax after your long day, and you also can come up here, we have also hammock. This one is handmade by my friend as well. And yeah, it's quite strong. Don't worry, you won't fall. And you can race and you can start your day in the morning or at night. It's really nice here because when you turn off all the lights, you will see the fireflies that coming around the house. And yeah, you really feel like in a deep forest. It's very quiet, no sounds from the cars or just sound from the jungle like the crickets. And yeah, you should try tonight. So basically, we want you to feel like home so that you feel more comfortable and you really can feel the real life of how the Bidayuh people live in olden days, you know, very quiet. What you should take with you is your mind, it's your camera, because this is very interesting tour, because it's not just go and collect or gather all these vegetables, but I'm going to explain to you, we're going to explain to you what are these vegetables, what are these leaves, what are these fruits, whether it's edible, whether it's poison, whether it can be used for medicine and all this kind of thing. So it's very, very interesting, especially for the kids. They really get a lot of knowledge, because a lot of us this day even, you know, we just see all these foods on the table, but we don't know how it looks like. We kind of like curious, like, oh, this is what is this? This is like tapioca, but we don't know how is the tapioca look like. We have a lot of questions like this whenever we explain to our guests. It was like, what is this? You know, but then actually it's just behind our backyard. So when we do the jungle cooking class, we gather all these fresh vegetable, fruits, or whether it's wild or we plant them, and then we bring it to the farm, and then we will cook them in the bamboo. Again, you see, the bamboo is very, very important in our culture, because people always said the Dayaks, they can't live without bamboo. So in Bidayuh culture, whenever you see the bamboo, that is also a sign that there was a community living in that particular part. And so they're gonna prepare everything from the scratch as well. So we teach them how to pluck the vegetable, how to cook rice in the bamboo, and we show them how do we make a bamboo cup for them to drink. And we also have this jungle herbal tea that we collect fresh from the jungle, and whatever we collect is fresh and organic, like free chemical. Kampong Sadir is very, very lucky because we have like more than 10 waterfalls. For the moment, we open 6 for our guests to enjoy. But yeah, in total, we have more than 10. And all this waterfall is nearby.
What I really love about Saloma's are the surrounds. So there are 3 incredible waterfalls that my children really love going to the closest one. It's only 20 minutes away and they can jump off it into the water. I have 3 boys, so they love that very much. What I really love about Saloma's homestay is the amazing jungle food that you can enjoy. You can pluck the fresh bunga kantan from the jungle. The tepus to go with the tapioca leaves is my favorite.
Because I think it's very, very important that people come to a place they wanted to know the food. Is like me, when I travel, I will go for the food first. So if the food is really nice, I will extend my holiday and I will stay longer. So we have a lot of cases where our clients stay a little bit longer because they really like the food and they feel very healthy when they stay with us. And then, so all this kind of food, usually we gather it fresh from the jungle, or we buy from the local people here, because that is also, again, one way for us. The least we can do to help the economy for the local people here, especially the farmers. They have a lot of fruits and vegetable. So I would tell them, okay, I will have like a lot of people coming for 3 months. And then I will say, okay, I will need this vegetables from you, and I will need this fruit from you. So basically, it's like everybody benefits from this actually, because I don't go to only one house to buy all these crops, but I will go to anybody house that have something to sell to me or something for me to buy. So basically, it's a very, very good. How you call it, very good relationship that we have, because then people will really see and really feel like, oh, this is so good. Then it's really encourage them actually, because once they know that I will always buy their crops, then they will always, you know, make more, and they work harder, and yeah, and also to build the relationship with the community here.
Aku benar ke, senang ke. Aku bangga kerja kerja yati. Mak sebab ya bau daya bau dip ya dapat nak kayu hati. Aku nyuruk aku bangga aku kerja ya nak kerja hati. Ramah-ramah tian tibina dagi aku kerja dia buka jengi ka saya de ya bau dip memang dia diwas mana kerja ya na jengi hati mak daya bau dip. Pak mungkin kenakit ya Arab nang de tungang na jengi yati dawu pak ya nyuruk ya na hati ana di sekolah ia mendapat buka ustai yati senang asing ku kriye na buka ustai yati turuk meraih bisa dirati da maju tuna dep na kerja yati pak mungkin dia na kerja yati pak daya bege da tiwas dia na kerja yati turuk bara rais sadirati da na kerja yati tepan prasuang ka mati mana ngai nunda jengi yati da buka yati da mati Ngai maju rai bara rai sadirati ah.
On the way up here, you will get like 4G signal, so you can go there and do your work. And this is where I am most of the time to do my work online.
Sampai sekarang saya cukup bangga dengan dia sebab dia dapat buka peluang untuk anak-anak muda di kampung, beri peluang untuk hantar dia orang punya gas jalan. Sekarang dia sudah mampu untuk hire anak muda yang lain lah. Itu yang membuat saya bangga. And then homestay dia juga sudah membawa kampung kami orang ini sudah pergi jauh, kira sudah famous lah.
Kuatit meneg dua perut sawaan ni rabi sumeng sawaan ni aku na mutui aku na mupu aku na tambuak ati taruhan nu ayo jadi taruhan nu kuna bara praswang luar negeri sorai Cina sorai tuat sorai berana meneg na miri tamuakku miri ani danah ko mati mani ka nya masing ko keri seroma tabat bara prasok kemati nama agi miri tamuakku tapi ko danah ko ti kamu rugi aku nak kay mati kamu bara prasong de miri anak manihnya masing ko keri seroma tabat bara prasong meneg kemati meri tamuakku meri ani danah ko tapi aku.
What I really hope for Saloma is for her new project to go really well, which is going to be a longhouse theme. She's going to have yoga and meditation retreats there. So it would be an amazing place to go and relax and really feel like you have escaped from the city. So I look forward to that project up and running and being successful.
I believe that if I keep pushing myself, if I give all my effort in this, I will get there. I will prove to them. I will show to them that nothing is impossible. That I doing something good here to the whole community. So I just want to encourage young people out there to believe in yourself and never give up. You take all these negative thought, you see it as a positive thing. You see it as a word of encouragement to build yourself, to believe in yourself. You see it as part of the weapon for you to defend yourself, to make yourself grow, to make yourself strong. You know, because if you feel weak after they say bad about you, trust me, you won't go nowhere. You know, the only person that can change you, the only person can trust you is yourself. You know, and always say to yourself, if other people can do it, why not me? So I always said, nothing is impossible, and it's normal to fail, and it's normal as well to get a bit of cut or wound. You know, it's normal, but it will heal, because they always said, there is always sunset or sunrise after the rain, you know. So that is how you see things in your life. You know?